Hello, my name is Alun. Tonight I'm facilitating the second of a two-shot of my own game, The Cluster. We are missing a fourth player who we delayed, but stuff, life is life. So he's had to open door tonight. So we're going to proceed with just the four of us. If you want to see what happens in episode one, go back and check out the recording where you found this. So previously on The Cluster. I think probably I want to open the previously with um, the ship, the collision alert going on the ship, and the sudden appearance of this enormous rocky toroid, this great. Uh, it looks like a collection of asteroids in the shape of a donut, an ancient artifact that simply appeared from nowhere. The ship managed to avoid any collision. Um, but faced with the choice of proceeding with their mission, which they just got a hint of a signal from a base, a ship, a location nearby, faced with the choice of that or the chance to investigate an ancient artifact, they opted for the ancient artifact. And so I think we saw the ship maneuvering carefully down into a deep crevasse between where two of what looks like a whole collection of asteroids, a crack between them where the ship could fit. And the last thing I remember saying was that against all the laws of physics, the ship sensors reveal that there is atmosphere outside. Now, Cinna, do you want to have that conversation with Duke now, or do you want to save that up?
Um, I don't know if there's really the time for a conversation when we don't know if we might be alone here.
Aha, fair enough. Um, uh, as I say, there is atmosphere out there, but the temperature is extremely low. I mean, not kind of space low, but arctically cold. Um, and so there's a practical decision to be made at some point when you kind of gather your gear together as to whether you're going to take some survival equipment or operate at disadvantage. But I think before, as you begin to think about raiding the ship's locker for whatever you might need, a broadcast arrives and it says, this is the Ringate Authority survey ship Minerva. Um, we cannot now see you, but we believe you are obscured by the artifact that appeared. Uh, we want to make the point that we saw it first and have established salvage rights. Please depart.
Oh, that is just your tough luck. We landed first. It's our salvage rights.
Okay, so as long as you know that there is a survey ship out there, I'm content. Um, uh, so yeah, now we've not had to deal particularly with gear previously. You selected six pieces of gear, yeah, when we did character creation. There are two other pieces of gear in the ship's locker. Yeah, there's a spacesuit, a vac suit, and survival gear. When you leave the ship, you will be able to carry three items of gear from that list that you selected. Now, if you think you made the wrong selection of gear, I'm very happy for you to shuffle some stuff in and out because you made very little use, if any, of the gear. The only bit that you're currently stuck with, I think, is that Lynn made use of their reminder from home. So that's a fixed point. But I don't think anybody else has made any particular use of gear. But if there's something on that list that you think, actually, given the context of this two shot, and it is only a two shot, that was probably not a thing to choose, I'm very happy for you to swap it out now.
Do we need the spacer suit to be able to breathe if we were to go out into,
Into vacuum, yes,
yeah,
but there is atmosphere out there and pressure.
yeah, but if I'm gonna end up shooting something, that might change very quickly.
I mean, you're several hundred feet into the, because this thing is 50 times bigger than the ship. It's enormous.
Oh,
So you're 50 or 100 feet inside this crevice that you've put the ship down in. So, and there's atmosphere and pressure out there. You can wear, don't stop, you can wear a spacesuit if you want to, but it's the cold that you need to worry about, not the pressure or atmosphere.
So do our suits provide warmth, or would we need to, those vac suits provide any warmth, or not necessarily?
They do. So you've got a choice. You can suffer disadvantage by taking neither, because it'll be cold. Or you can take survival gear or a vac suit. Vac suits, apart from the spacer suit, you'll notice they are described as clumsy. They offer disadvantage on all physical activity.
Okay. But without that, we get disadvantaged because of cold.
Yeah. If you choose survival gear, then you will have appropriate cold weather clothing that isn't clumsy, and will protect you from the disadvantage of the cold.
Oh, okay. Just a quick question. So that message, is that coming from the ship that we initially saw when we arrived?
You think so? Yes.
Okay. Okay.
What does the EVA in the maneuver unit mean?
It means that it's good for vacuum.
Okay.
Yeah. What, extravehicular activity? Right?
That's right.
what is an envy sense?
Oh, it senses environmental changes.
Oh,
So it's a readout on the sleeve of the suit that tells you what the external environment is like. So what do you think? How do you want to protect yourself against this? You can select 3 items in total. So if you select the vac suit or survival gear, that gives you 2 other options to carry with you.
yeah, I'm taking the spacer suit, the rifle, and a multi-tool.
Okay, because the good thing about the spacer suit is that it isn't clumsy.
I'm taking my survival gear and imagine Duke with his like fake tan and his bright veneers, wearing something that looks like Shackleton in Aspen.
Yeah, I'm getting very much that sense of a slightly stylish
Yeah,
ski suit.
yeah, with like gold trims and stuff.
Eugene is gonna Duke, do you think we'll be okay just wearing survival gear? I mean, the atmosphere is gonna be okay for sure, you think?
Sure.
I mean,
But
there is a respirator in the survival gear you'll carry. So, if the atmosphere takes a turn for the worst, you will have some
Okay.
some source of proper oxygen.
but if you're weak of faith, it never hurts to over prepare.
Okay, so Eugene is going to do the survival gear. He's going to go in with the respirator on initially because he's just like he's afraid something's
kind of.
I'm thinking maybe you think my goggles, my AR goggles might be a good idea, and maybe my laser drill or my engineering kit, maybe.
Pays you money, takes your choice.
Yeah. What all is in the engineering kit?
You could use it to do engineering stuff. But if you click the red box for fix, you would gain advantage if the engineering kit was valuable. But that's true of all the gear.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Duke is we see him pick up the stim pack, put it down, pick up the motion tracker, put down the motion tracker, pick up the stim pack, look at the pistol.
No, guys, I could send in a drone first if you want me to, just to make sure everything's okay, or do you guys just want to go on in?
I would appreciate that.
Foresight is always helpful.
Surveillance drone.
Yes.
Okay.
So it has ranged, far, stealth, programmable. What AV?
AV means that it can record and broadcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so we'll see what it's looking at then. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Alan, just to make sure that I understand the thing correctly, the motion tracker is like this ping from Alien that just goes.
Of
ping?
course, it's the ping from Alien.
Okay, it's not a tracker that I need to install and then I can follow.
Bing,
That's right.
Okay.
Nothing's worse than that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So a pistol, motion tracker, and survival gear, AR goggles, survival gear, and one slot to fill. Eugene, tough choices.
What is what is AP armor piercing on the laser drill?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's one level of harm more effective than it would otherwise be.
Okay.
That would be an inspired choice to bring a laser.
It's also clumsy,
drill.
which is beautiful.
I love it.
I mean, Eugene with the laser drill, you don't know what's going to happen.
So I'm imagining him, he's got the drone just whirring, here, and a little control panel on his wrist, and then this enormous laser drill.
So,
on his back.
are we going to send the drone ahead and then bring it back?
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you get off the ship and you can scout the area with the drone, and then decide whether you want to keep the drone or leave it on the ship and bring something else when you move out of this current area. Does that seem fair?
Sounds good.
Okay. So I think we see you emerging from the lower airlock and clambering down the ladder onto the surface. And it's weird because you look up and there is a perfect star, crack of starscape up there. No obscuring atmosphere. It's very peculiar. Quite where the pressure that is allowing you to operate here is coming from is difficult to say. So, Eugene, you want to pop the drone up and scout the local area?
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah. Okay. So let's have you do that. It gives you fictional positioning to use in effect the move that says investigate across a decent area. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you as a character have a move that's more helpful in that. I don't think you have, but
and so investigate uses what is that?
So in the investigate bit of this is crack it, which is physical location or data systems, which is not really relevant. You're not trying to break into this place.
Yeah.
An engineer is allowing you to do some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going with investigate. When you ask a question about someone or something or a situational phenomenon, or when you research something specific, describe what you do and roll plus sharp. So you pop up the drone, program in a search pattern, and then roll plus sharp, 2 dice plus sharp.
Okay. And
if you choose to mark the little red box, you could roll 3 dice, take the top 2, and add sharp.
Now, is there a disadvantage to doing?
There is.
Yeah.
Every time you use the drone after that, it will be at disadvantage.
Oh.
Because it's pushing its battery.
No, we're gonna go for it here. This is, I think we may not use it after this, so we're just gonna go for it.
Okay. So
all right.
Tick the red box, 3 dice, take the top 2.
Okay. And forgive me, I'm trying to remember how to use the interface here.
Right. So the dice, you just click on the dice at the bottom.
Okay. Does it matter which color? I can't remember.
Anything you like.
Okay. All right.
And then you should see in the middle of your little window
Got it.
3d6 or, yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a big roll button.
Okay. And I am at a +2 for my sharp.
Okay, so you're at advantage because you tick the red box on the drone. You push the drone, so you discard the lowest dice, which gives you a 6 and a 4, which is 10, plus 2 is 12. So
Okay.
on a 10 plus, on 7 plus, the GM will provide relevant information or may even ask you what response you would interest you. So what I'm going to say is that you have advantage to move through this particular area. Yeah. And you've got in effect a map of the immediate surroundings. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where you get advantage from. On 10 plus, oh yeah, no, I can't do that, can I? Because I'm going to give you that for 10 plus. 7 plus, what is the most important thing you want to know here? Because on a 10 plus, you're going to have that map that gives you advantage of this initial kind of area.
Okay. Well, I think I'd like to have a question answered. One of the options is having a question answered about the
Yeah.
location.
What would you most like to know?
What guys? What would you like to know about, about this location? I can check out some things, guys. What do you think? Maybe what's it? How big it is? What's it made out of? Or if there's anything alive in there?
I would prefer if there's anything alive in there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I can tell you for certain that there is nothing alive in the immediate surrounding area. You appear to be at the bottom of what amounts to a crevasse, really. There is the surface is covered with frost because of the temperature, presumably, and near at the final range, 100 yards away down this crevasse, there is a crack in the rock to the right.
Okay.
And nothing is moving. You're getting no temperature readings. There's no sign of movement. Yeah.
Did we scan this thing before we approached in some way? I can't
I
recall.
don't think you did.
Let me look back.
I think you were so excited by it, you decided to follow it and land on it.
Oh,
it was coming towards us, like we had to make a decision.
Yeah. It was duck or land, really.
Yes.
Well, I did have that we scanned it, but that just gave us the crack in the surface and it's inert. That was the two things.
There you go.
So
okay. It appears to be just a peculiarly shaped cluster of asteroids stuck together. Weird.
With atmosphere.
With atmosphere, yeah, exactly.
So, guys, so sorry with you. I think I'll leave the drone. We'll bring the drone back and leave it here, and I'll take my AR goggles.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
And I'll take my engineering kit.
Okay. So if you untick that drone, leave the red on it just because it needs to sit and recharge at some point. With that, I'm going to come to our hustler and soldier, Lynn. You seem the obvious person to take point. Oh, reminder, Nathan, remember, if you roll with an attribute, you put a tick in the box next to that attribute. So you've just rolled with sharp.
Thank you.
So, Cinna, Lynn is obviously the person to take point here. In the kind of skin-tight spacer suit, with oxygen packs and all that stuff, and a Velcro on your hip where the helmet sits. What do you do?
I'm gonna start the first couple rooms, just gonna start clearing them, like checking corners.
Yeah, because it's not like a smooth crevasse. There's lots of little irregularities in the walls that you're passing, but the drone has found you one that certainly appears to go deeper into the material. So I'm seeing you move very cautiously across this. Um, there is a move called explore. Yeah. And you will find a tab labeled Explore. It says, when you enter an apparently abandoned zone of a ship, habitat, or ancient artifact, and that's where you appear to be, describe your approach. And your approach, it seems to me, is to are you taking time to consider your options so you roll with sharp, or are you trying to avoid notice, which is roll plus shady?
Well, it seems they know we're here, but they don't know where we are. Mm, I'm gonna take time.
Okay.
Make sure
So
we're not rushing into anything
okay.
dumb.
By taking the time to consider your options, roll plus sharp and gain advantage to deal with 7 to 9 outcomes, which we may or may not encounter. So let's have you roll 2 dice plus sharp as you pick locations. And can I just clarify? I'm assuming that Duke and Eugene, you're kind of mirroring Cinna's route.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Keeping track on the motion tracker.
And Eugene has his goggles on, and he's got the mask on, and he's got a big woolly sweater, and he's got one of those beanies that's probably a little too big for him, a little ball on the back or something.
You sound a lot more intimidating when we can't see you. Come stomping there with you. And then you come around the corner, it's just this guy with a beanie looking scared to hell.
So we have like magnetic boots that,
There's gravity here. But
there's gravity.
You do have gravity. Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned gravity. The only problem here is it's cold. And again, there's no reason why it should have gravity. It's not spin gravity. It doesn't have the mass to have gravity. How does it have gravity? So let's have you roll. So that was a 9 plus sharp. What sharp?
0.
So a straightforward to 7 to 9. 7 plus. You pick one, but each can only be chosen once per zone. When you're exploring somewhere, it's made up of a number of, narratively defined zones. And this crevasse is your first zone in this artifact. Do you want to find something that's salvageable and worth 1 wealth? Do you want, in the case of an artifact, to gain an insight into it? And insights of ancient artifacts are valuable. Do you want to find someone or something of narrative interest? Or do you want to find a route to the next zone?
I want to get some insight, please.
Okay. As you're working your way down this crevasse, I told you it was kind of coated with frost, not ice, but a layer of frost. And there's a glint to it. And I think at some point, Lynn kind of just, kind of scrapes some of this glinting stuff away. And you discover it's not just frost that is glinting here. There are very hard minerals. I don't want to use the word, gemstone, but I could do. Yeah. So Lynn, Cinna, if you make a note of Lynn that insight 1, rich in valuable minerals.
Is that just like a note or
just a note to yourself? Yeah, because it's an insight. I don't want to forget it. On a 7 to 9, that's what you think you can see. You can give up that benefit or take the risk to get it. Because if you scrape that away, something's going to happen that you will have to avoid. You will be at advantage.
I'm going to tap on this stuff and wait for Duke to catch up. You think this stuff is worth anything?
Yeah, sounds like it to me. Oh, looks like it to me.
And what is strange is that when you tap it,
Mhm.
It's now no, you've got your helmet. Yeah, so you can hear this. All three of you hear this kind of bell-like tone. So you tap this valuable mineral, and it should go kind of tink, 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 and you hit it. It goes dung, 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 and then Lynn, you need to jump out of the way because rocks begin to crumble off the side of the crevasse. Would you roll? I would go with finesse.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you have advantage because you've taken a careful approach to this. So you're looking for trouble. So advantage to deal with this outcome.
All right.
2d6 plus finesse.
Wow.
Ooh.
Well, will
What'd you roll? Let's look.
2 ones.
Apparently, advantage in this
Oh
app
yes,
doesn't
you
work like I thought it did.
Oh, I see. Right. Roll the third dice.
Yeah.
And add it to 1. 6. What's
So
your
that's
finesse?
a 7 then.
Oh, close thing. Very close thing. So,
Very nice. Very
I
nice.
mean, we have to, in terms of the edit for this episode, we have to have that double 1 make it look like you're in real trouble, and then suddenly. So what do we see on screen, Lynn, that gives us a hint of and then
I think she's taps on the thing, like talks to Dominic, and that's like that conversation is hiding the initial little crash, 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 and she gets hit in the shoulder before she even realized that something is coming down, and she like stumbles to the floor and has to like jump like a frog out of the way of the rest of the stonefall.
and this and there's some dust and byproduct.
Lynn, are you okay? You okay, Lynn? Did you get hurt?
This place might be more ready to come apart than I thought. I'm fine.
Given that that Lynn is slightly distracted by this, and Duke, you were called up for a conversation on this. So Duke, I'm going to move to you now for the second opportunity to explore this part of the artifact. Do you act swiftly because the clock is ticking? Is there a sense of brute force and ignorance around your approach? Are you trying to avoid notice, or are you taking your time and considering your options?
I think I'm using quick. I'm moving quickly more than anything else, and just going where my intuition leads me. And if I got that correctly, there is a crevasse that needs
There's
jumping in.
a crack in the side of this that the drone identified as a possible, further entry. So you're doing this at pace then. So let's have you roll plus finesse, please.
What's my finesse? 0. Do I want to do the daredevil move for that? No, I'm keeping that. So 0. That is not great. It's a 3.
Oh, wow. That is a 3. So that's a straightforward fail. Things do not go well. The GM describes the cost of failure. You suffer emotional stress due to gore, bodies, or a flashback linked to your entanglement. What do we know about your entanglement, by the way?
Let me just see what my entanglement was there. I still believe in the tenets, and I do still make money off selling them.
Yeah. I think that there's a kind of, because you said you trusted your intuition. And what we, the audience, have come to believe is that means that your trust in what the regime believes in, that they are fated to succeed, come what may. And so I think I'm going to have you mark stress. There's a stress track. So mark the first one of those if it's not marked, or the second one if it is. And there's just that kind of slight crisis of conscience.
Yep, I acted swiftly and it was not rewarded.
It was not. It was not.
I do have a quick question.
Go
I did
ahead.
mark sharp for using that. Now I had used it last session. Does that refresh every session then?
No, it's cumulative. So if you've already got it marked, you don't need to mark it.
Okay. Okay.
You should, the gamesmanship here is to look for opportunities to use one of the other attributes.
Yes. Yes.
But perhaps with that in mind, with Duke having suffered something of a crisis of conscience, and
Alan?
Lynn's
what did actually happen, like in the fiction, when I went into the thing?
you didn't get as far as the crevasse. More falling stones.
Oh,
yeah. So you step away from that and think, hang on, I just stepped into that.
I gotta lose weight. God damn it.
Stepping too heavily.
Is there something with the light that Duke with the losing?
I was just blessed with too much bounty.
So Eugene, you're still some way short of what the drone thinks is the obvious way in to get further here, unless you want to just troll down this apparently endless crevasse. So what approach do you take? Swiftly, with finesse, brute force and ignorance, with force, while trying to avoid notice, with shady, or considering your options and taking your time, with sharp?
Well, let me ask my my goggles, which they're low light, infrared, radiation materials, stress. Would those help me on my way with exploring?
They will if you want to put a tick in that red box and get advantage.
Okay. But then they will be less useful.
Then they will be at disadvantage, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we'll maybe take a chance without.
Okay, now. So which approach are you taking?
Yeah, well, considering I may want to try a different approach, I will also try to go swiftly to try to catch up, and also taking hint from Duke that we've got to hurry up and
I get that. A sense that this looks unstable. Lynn is worried that it's more unstable. Duke's experience suggests it isn't very stable, so maybe you need to get that way out of this crevasse very quickly. So let's have you roll with finesse.
Okay.
And then you can tick finesse.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So this is just 2 die this time.
2 dice.
Okay. And my finesse is +1. Now, can I go ahead and add that with the modifiers, or do we?
You can, or just roll the dice and we can add 1. It's not difficult sums.
All right.
That looks like an 11 to me.
Oh, nice.
So on 7+, pick one. You could collect enough of this mineral to be worth one wealth. You can't have an insight because we've already had an insight. Or you could find someone or something of narrative interest. Or you could find a route to the next zone.
Ooh, okay. The well sounds good, but the other two options
kind of just drifting down.
Yeah, something sounds maybe a route to the next zone before this thing collapses on our heads.
And the route to the next zone is indeed the crack in the side of the crevasse that the drone identified. I need to roll 2d6 just to get some sense of what's ahead of you. 4 and 5 or 5 and 4. 4 and 5.
More riches. How's that?
Or 5 and 4. Okay. Let's. Yeah, I think I can work with this. You enter this crevasse. You've turned into this crack in the side of it, and there is starlight filtering down through what appears to be great panes of crystal You're not entirely certain, does that mean that there's another space above that the starlight is hitting? But it's distorting. It makes it quite difficult to judge. It's slightly Hall of Mirrors-ish. Yeah. So there's a slight sense in which you're not certain, is this a reflection or is this a gap? So that's what you find here. That will put you at disadvantage, colleagues. So I want to know who's going to take the lead. Are we back round to our soldier, or does somebody else have a different want to take an approach to this?
Just a question about, so we are in a new space now, having
You're
gone
in a
through
new zone. I have
Okay.
marked zone 2.
zone 2. Okay. And this distorted light is causing problems. Okay.
Sinner, do you want to step up or do you want to leave Eugene at the front? Because
I think
Eugene has
the-
led you into this space, into this.
I think I'll let Eugene guide here.
Eugene's
I
like,
took the
"Wait
first.
for you
I
guys."
took the first stretch because I thought there would be like people immediately meeting us, possibly. So I'm happy to not have to look at the terrain as well as keep a lookout for people.
So, Sinner, is it fair to say that Lynn is loitering near the back of the group just in case you're being followed?
More like in the middle, like
looking everywhere.
Yeah.
Duke, are you content for Eugene to work his way further down this this strange, slightly disorientating space?
Well, if the stars chose him, then who am I to disagree?
And there it is, literally, you are literally bathed in the light.
Yes, I see the starlight.
So, Eugene, what approach are you going to take here?
Duke, we look like we're bathed in the light. I guess you want me to go first. Okay.
You have a providential mission here.
Is this, again, we're on the explore. What kind
We
of
are,
approach?
yeah.
Okay.
You start trying to, bash your way through these, or try to feel your way along quietly. You tell me.
So these crystals are all around us. They're above
Yeah,
us.
planes of crystals. As I, they're bright, and they're reflecting you at different angles. So sometimes you're not certain whether that is a space that you should step into, or whether that's just a mirror that's not reflecting.
Okay.
Or a non-reflective surface, put it that way.
Okay.
So how do you want to explore this zone?
I think now the smart thing to do would be to do it take time. But I think Eugene's starting to panic a little bit because he can't he's confused by the space. So I think he's going to go forward with ignorance.
That is the way.
Roll plus ignorance.
Takes the laser drill. But I now can't. No, it's the engine. So it's taking a ball pen hammer out of the engineering kit and kind of tap 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 tap. Yeah. Okay, let's have you roll plus force.
Okay. This is disadvantage with disadvantage. Is that right?
No, you'll be at
okay.
disadvantage if this roll goes badly.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens here.
He's a big lad. He'll be fine.
I'm at -1 with my force. So
oh wow, there you go. What can go wrong?
What could go wrong? I mean, really? I mean, oh boy.
That is 6 minus 1 is 5. So things do not go well. The GM describes the cost of failure. You suffer physical stress to a hazard you fail to spot or avoid. Yeah, I think that, you're tapping these things, trying to work out, is there space behind there, or is that just my reflection? is this a route forward? And you push through one of these surfaces, and it comes down, slices your forearm. Mark stress. And wrap a bandage around it. So, Duke, there is lots of light.
Mm-hmm.
Eugene clearly doesn't have enough faith in the light. Do you want to step up?
I think he was working with the best of intentions and all the faith he needed. Can I aid a crew member to boost his stat?
Well spotted. There is a move called aid a crew member. When a member of the crew accepts your offer to help to improve their outcome after they roll plus stat, say what you do. So what do you do?
I go to him, put my hand on his back, and say, Eugene, my boy, you lead us into the darkness. I have the utmost and most steady faith in you. While I do that, I take out like a little, bit of gauze and tape up his arm. It hurts now, but that is the cost of making experiences.
Yeah, it does.
I know, but it will fade.
I'll give you an option. That sounds to me either resolve and sociability or knowledge and reason. So I'll offer you sharp or sincere.
Sincere.
I wondered.
Playing to my strength, of course.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
That's a 12.
Well, there you go. 7+. Their outcome improves by 1 step. So that failure becomes a 7 to 9. Yeah. So you can erase that stress. The kind words of your mentor and a bit of gauze have made all the difference. We now then explore the 7 to 9 option. You can give up the 7+ benefit or take the risk. Well, what is the benefit here? Do you want mundane salvage worth 1 wealth? Do you want to find someone or something of narrative interest, or find a route to the next zone?
Oh, is this my decision or?
Yeah.
Or okay. Someone or something of narrative interest.
Okay. You pushed on this thing and it shattered. And behind it are scrawled some symbols.
Interesting.
Not in anything, any language that you particularly can understand.
I'll take a photo.
Of course. So you get that. But as you're trying to absorb what form these markings on the wall, these scratches, carvings, as you're trying to do that, Eugene, one of these plates of transparent or reflective minerals just falls out of the roof towards you. What do you do? You can miss out on the narrative interest, and you won't have time to take in, and Duke won't have time to take a picture of it. Or you can take the risk of gaining that bit of information and jump out of the way of the falling plate of very sharp minerals.
So either I can jump out of the way or take it, and then we get a chance to see it. I think his instinct will be to jump out of the way.
Okay, and ignore it.
Jump out of the way from the falling debris.
Oh, so right? Okay. Let's have you take the risk with finesse then.
Oh, okay.
To avoid any harm or other consequences might come to this, and buy yourself some time to see this before it is covered by piles of rubble.
Okay, yeah, okay, that sounds good. Okay, so I'm running. So finesse 2. Okay. All right.
I'm guessing that's not great.
6 altogether.
Okay, rock and roll. So,
Ooh.
Lynn, you're observing this. You're a sharp soldier. It looks like Eugene is about to take a hit. Is there anything you think you could do to help?
I mean, I would jump in the way if that would help at all.
To try, so in a way that will push him out of the way, and yeah, okay. So let's have you. That sounds like finesse again. That's just acting quickly, isn't it? So let's have you aid a crew member with finesse.
All right. Meow. Fuck yeah.
I take it that was a good roll.
That is a good roll. So that improves the failure to a 7 to 9, with no downside for you or Lynn. So we go back to explore at 7 to 9. So you take a risk. You succeed. There is a lot of this stuff lying about now, which might make moving forward slightly more difficult, but we'll worry about that in a moment. But you do have time now to study these symbols carved into the what appears to be a rock face behind this shiny, translucent, confusing mineral. Now, Duke, you wanted to take a picture of this. Do you want to study this now, or do you just want to record it?
You described it as like totally alien, so I think I just want to record it for now.
That was on the flash. That was, I don't recognize what that says. That
Okay.
doesn't mean that you couldn't ask a question about it.
Yeah, that would be the investigate move, right?
It would.
I don't have any good idea of what to investigate about it though.
Okay.
Right now, so I think I'll just snap a photo and a selfie and have that just be some narrative.
Okay, a bit of color, and maybe there's a thread that you can pull on as we proceed.
Good picture, Duke. I think it was a good one.
Thank you.
Oh, guys, thanks so much, Duke. I appreciate all your support. I don't know. I feel better. Thanks for that. And Lynn, oh my gosh, I think I would have died.
You are truly bad.
Could you watch yourself?
I will. I'll be more careful.
Arguably, you should watch yourself less.
Watch myself less.
Yes, trust more.
Trust more. Okay. So
no,
Lynn
you're gonna
wants me
get
to
him
watch
killed.
myself, and you want me to not watch myself. I'll take that advice.
I mean, is this an opportunity for Lynn and Duke to have that conversation we talked about? I'm just curious.
What do you mean when you say trust? Exactly.
Well, trust in the light, trust in the universe that things work out because they tend to do.
Well, it worked out because I fucking helped him.
Oh yeah.
I'm not the light. Trust in me, if anything, then.
Yeah, that's fine by me. Like, call it what you need. Call it what you need. Whatever helps you sleep at night. But in the end, no amount of precaution will save you from your fate. Good or bad.
No, precaution is what shapes your fate. What?
Nah, that is just an idle lie to make the wicked have an easy sleep. I see a 6.
Yeah, that was just me. I'm sure this is going to be a running conversation, but do you want to take that anywhere else right now, Lynn, or is
I think this particular conversation, it would be boring for us to have it right now, but I think Lynn literally just continues firing back for half an hour, do you not believe in free will?
And,
kind of a thing.
You will be frustrated to see that nothing is sticking.
Yeah, she just keeps trying.
So while they're having this kind of discussion, Eugene, that seems to leave you at point again.
Okay.
So what approach do you take as you move further into this peculiar terrain?
Is it still is these crystals still
Yeah.
causing?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are confusing. It's confusing finding a way forward. They're disorientating.
I think he's calmed down now. He's made it through. Duke helped him calm down, so he's feeling better. So I think he's going to take his time this time instead of just rushing forward like he did before.
So not swift, not brute force and ignorance. So taking his time to consider or try to avoid notice.
I think time to consider. I don't know. Maybe we'll avoid notice later if it comes to it, but right now I don't know that that's a big deal.
Okay, let's have you roll plus sharp then.
Okay.
We haven't seen any evidence of them knowing fuck all about where we're at yet.
Yeah, I don't think we're sneaking around yet, but all right. And that, whew, these rolls. That's at a +2 though. So
7. So Eugene, 7 plus, pick one. Mundane salvage, an insight, which might be the same thing in this context. You found something of narrative interest, so you can't have that. But you could have a route to the next zone.
that makes perfect sense because that's what he's trying to find. This
Doesn't like
whole
this.
crystal room is just like, how do we get out of this? So
Okay, I'll roll 2d6 and tell you about zone 3. That is 3 and 5 or 5 and 3. Let me see what that offers me. 3 and 5. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
okay.
Eugene, they're chitter chatter behind you, and you find a way through this, and you emerge into what appears to be an enormous, mind-bogglingly large sphere. This is like the inside of a moon-sized sphere. This can't fit inside that toroid.
Oh wow. Okay. Is what like this? Is the surface like? Is it a certain color or certain substance, or what does it look like?
You tell me. The thing that's weird here is the scale of this zone does not match the scale of the artifact. This was a big chunk of rock. But this cannot fit inside one round of that toroid.
I'm imagining that it's shimmering. It doesn't seem to be any one color at any one moment. It's like, wait, no, it's like hard to pin it down. It's just shimmering ever so slightly.
And that shimmer is again confusing, disorientating, but the scale of the thing. Duke, what's your response?
My response, as I talk and I fight with Lynn and
that
Eugene
doesn't make sense.
And Eugene just wanders off. You tell her I'm right, Eugene. Eugene,
Eugene,
by the stars.
Yeah.
And my eyes trail like back into after him. The only way he could have gone. I would be damned. And I just stomp behind him. What are you up to, boy?
You guys may want to take a look at this.
By the stars.
Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
Yeah.
or did
I'm
that?
gonna shoot just to see where it lands, if this is an illusion or something.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's
That's
smart.
interesting. So let's have you investigate. I don't know, sharp or finesse. So you fire at the shimmering ground. I'll give you a choice: sharp or finesse. That's either a really clever idea or it's a carefully targeted shot. You tell me.
I mean, I'm gonna try to shoot at something like in the distance to like
Okay.
try to figure out, like, is this like a mirror thing? Is it like a
Okay.
projection?
Okay.
A
So
screen?
that sharp or finesse.
Finesse is what I'm
Fine.
gunning for.
Investigate with finesse.
This scares the crap out of Eugene, by the way. He's like,
An
I hug
8.
you.
An 8. On an 8, you know, and it goes. It doesn't appear to hit anything. At least nothing you can see. Because this is hundreds of miles across. This is too big.
We need to get out of here.
so are we at the bottom of
No,
the bottom of the sphere?
That's
Or-
the weird. This makes it even more weird.
Okay.
Because you climb out. You come to the edge of this, and as you step into it, the gravity changes, so you're inside the bowl. Gravity is acting from the center of this approximate sphere, or what you think is a sphere.
Oh my goodness.
If the
So the bullet.
if the ground is
curves
shimmering, what's it
towards-
made of?
You want me to take a close look at it?
Yeah,
My
take a piece if you can.
my goggles.
The goggles,
They can
exactly.
tell us something.
So let's have you investigate. I think this is roll plus sharp again.
For investigate.
Yeah. You tell me, do you want to mark the red box and get advantage, or?
I'll hold off on that for a moment. No, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. We'll mark the box.
Roll
And,
3 dice, take the top 2, add sharp.
And what are we waiting for? Okay. So.
What's the phrase I'm looking for? It's bigger on the inside than on the outside.
All right. So roll 3, right?
Yeah,
And take the
top 2.
Unbelievable.
So that's a pair of
Oh.
2s and a 1.
I do have a +2, but I don't think it really matters.
That's a
does it?
6. Does anyone want to step in and help poor old Eugene?
I think Eugene, the shimmering in the goggles just it magnifies the shimmering, and the IR is like going off.
Anyone want to aid a crew member? Well,
Daddy
no.
Luke.
When I'm out, do you want to accept an offer of help, Eugene? You should never have to have help if you
Oh,
want to take
absolutely.
aid.
Eugene will take help whenever he can get it because you know.
So
Then it's just like staring up at the ceiling, as it were, and just like, Duke, help him.
Daddy Eugene, if your eyes are deceiving, close your eyes and just trust your hands.
Close my eyes.
roll with sincere.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'll try.
Just close your eyes. You
So
got it.
Duke will roll with sincere to aid a crew member.
Mm-hmm. And that's an 11.
Well, that's fine. That failure turns into a mixed success
See, you
on this
just gotta
investigate.
trust.
So all
So-
I needed was 1, right, to get this to 7. So that
well,
does it, right? That does it.
So you failed. What the ADA crew member does is to shift that one entire step. So you go from 6 minus to 7 to
Oh,
9.
One whole
Just
step.
a
Okay,
step.
got it.
Mm-hmm.
A step. Okay, got it.
And so with no downside to either of you. So on a 7 plus, the GM provides relevant information or may even ask you what response would interest you. I'm curious whether you want to tell me what you find, Eugene. Yeah, you don't have to. I will fill in, but
Yeah.
that is an option in the move. Is there something that would intrigue you as an answer to your question?
That is a really good question. Um, I'm blank. Anybody else got any ideas, or
Pull the table by all means.
or let Alan give us something?
What was the move that you did?
Just
Investigate
investigate. So taking a closer look at this
Hmm.
the
the
material, the
floor or
shimmering
yeah.
surface.
And what is the question? The cost or what would you take?
The 7+,
Hmm.
either I will provide something helpful, or I will offer the player a chance to provide a response that interests them. And what Nathan is doing is polling the table on whether there is anything that the table would like to have as an answer rather than a question.
Okay, my eyes are closed. Closed, Duke. What am I trying to do?
What if it's made of an animal?
Yeah,
Like
Oh
so
my.
Wow.
like the
Okay.
inside of like a huge
Oh,
shrimp shell or something.
oh, what about that? That this is organic. What they're giving you, as you that's why they looked like they weren't telling you anything, Eugene. It wasn't that you just had them tuned for the wrong kind of spectral analysis. This is
very
throwing
good.
back all kinds of organic compounds. This is, you get a similar look if you stared into a bog or somewhere that was rich in life. So this appears to be living in some way.
Mm.
Uh, you guys, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to. This is not just a rock. There's all kinds of organic compounds here. Just like I don't even know if it's alive or was alive, but yeah,
The universe is
yeah.
truly miraculous.
Yeah,
What
and
does
and
something this big eat?
well, that's an interesting question because on a 7 to 9, there is a cost. A
Oh,
potentially dangerous unknown is added to the scene. You know the direction you fired in, Lynn?
Yeah,
That kind of up there on the up curving distant surface. Um, you finally see what looks like a ripple, and then a wave of the material begins to move down the side of this sphere towards you lot. I'm putting you at the bottom because that's what it seems like. That's what gravity is
yeah,
telling you.
yeah.
And it's uphill in all directions, or it
Hmm.
appears to be. And now coming down that slope is a wave of this material.
Eugene, grab a piece, we're leaving.
Back the way you came, back to the
Th-
crystal.
That's the only exit I know of.
Well,
Yeah.
and unless you explore and find a way out, a different exit, a route to the next zone, Lynn. Let's have you
Well,
cast about, shall we? Because I'm sensing some urge to do this quite swiftly. I mean, remember, this is the diameter. This is hundreds of miles, so it may take a long time to get to you. But does this sound like you're acting swiftly because the clock is ticking, Lynn?
yeah, I don't know how long it would take to cut something like this, and I do want a sample.
Oh well, if let's have you roll to explore, and then you might get a choice of what you do with your time here.
Hmm.
So roll plus finesse, I think.
If
All
Eugene
right.
wants to help, does that only come after, or can it come
Only after.
only after? Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
or in fact, right now, because that is a 2 and a 1 with a finesse of 2.
one.
Oh,
Not that it
so
matters.
that is 6 or less. So this is going to go horribly wrong, Eugene, unless you can step up here. What do you do to help Sinner, who's casting about saying, there's only one way out of here, and it's that way?
Uh, well, it's not over there. It's not over there. It's maybe over there. It could be over there.
So is you casting about? Is this Well, what would we treat that as? I guess we'd use that as agility, speed, precision, strength. I think that is knowledge, understanding, or reason. Roll plus sharp, or acting with at pace. Roll plus finesse. Eugene.
I think he's in a hurry because he's
roll plus finesse.
Regardless how close this thing coming is, he's frightened and he's trying to help Lynn figure out how to get out of here.
Okay.
So,
let's see if you
yeah,
can point Lynn in the right direction.
Oh, get out of here.
Return the favor of help.
Yes. Okay. All right.
What's your finesse?
Oh, I did a +1 on the finesse. So
okay, so 7. Wow. So we're on solid ground. 7+. Their outcome improves by 1 step. So that failure for Lynn becomes a 7 to 9. You rolled a 7 to 9. So it says you suffer any cost attached to their original action. We'll come to that in a moment. So you step into the breach there, Eugene, and Lynn is not going to suffer a problem, but is going to succeed. So let's deal with the explore, and then we'll deal with the consequences. So 7+, pick one. Mundane salvage, our insight, someone or something in narrative interest, or you find a route to the next zone.
Let's get a route to the next zone.
As you cast about, Lynn, and Eugene is saying, "I'll look over here. I'll look over here," and you look to one side, and it's difficult to see because of the shimmer, but it looks like there's a sinkhole down.
Mm.
There is a route to the next zone. Do you want to take it, Lynn?
I'm just gonna like fish some random junk out of my pockets and just like toss it in there just ahead of me while the rest are getting themselves collected just to see where it ends up. Because you never know about
You never know,
by
do
now.
you? You never know. Let me see if I can give you any hint of what your little experiment might do. 6 and 4 or 4 and 6? 6 and 4. Oh, 4 and 6. I think I prefer 4 and 6. Roll or pick what happens at the same time. No, 6 and 4 then. When environment becomes stressful. Okay, so I'll roll a d6. That's a 6. No, I'm going to go with there is heat haze rising out of this sinkhole. It looks like it's going to be particularly hot down there.
Oh, that ain't good for me.
I'm not dressed for that.
Well, survival equipment cuts all ways. and spacesuits cope with high temperature the same way they cope with low temperature.
Okay. Never mind then. We're
So
going this way.
So what, you sit on the edge and just drop into the dark?
Yeah, I'll try to slide down as carefully as possible, but yes.
There has to be a drop and then a whoa moment, mustn't there? Does everyone follow? Or do you want to stay and face? Because even though the scale of this seems enormous, and it's difficult to judge scale because you've got no kind of points of reference really, but it seems enormous. That wave is coming on quicker than it ought to, Duke and Eugene.
Is Eugene still taking the sample, or do you already have it?
Well, he can have a sample, but I'm gonna, because he's got a cost to pay, the cost that Lynn was saved from. So, do you stay or do you go, Duke?
I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do the just do it move to help help Eugene get the sample in time.
Yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah.
So this is just do it. Convince someone else to do what you tell them to do. Really.
Yeah. And
This is
then,
the easiest task you've had
yeah,
the entire time to tell Eugene what
Trust me, it'll be fine. So reassure those that they'll be fine if they trust your judgment, follow your advice, and accept your outcome. Roll plus sincere.
yeah. I'm taking off my like this these mirrored snow glasses I have on, snow goggles. Like pull out my thumb, do a measurement, and be like, "No, that should be okay. Go take your sample." And I roll with sincere.
You do.
But important for that move, Eugene, do you want to follow my advice? Because you don't have to. And there are mechanical consequences, depending on whether I fail or not.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, why would you turn your mentor down now?
Well, I think,
Yep.
well, at least Duke said gather a sample. Did Lynn say that as well? I mean, you both seem to want me to gather a sample.
Yeah.
You-
So
I was
mean,
the one that just told you to gather a sample.
Then I'll
I-
take you to get two. Your trust was not misplaced. It's 12.
and if both of these guys want you
Nice.
to do something, that seems like a no-brainer to do it. So on a 7+, say what success looks like. Do you get somewhere hard to reach? Do you take someone or something by surprise? Do you dodge or drop out of sight? I think this is you get somewhere hard to reach with a sample.
With two samples. So he takes one, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we still have time. Eugene, be a doll. Take another one, just for me. And
Okay.
Eugene's
All
probably
right.
like, are you sure? Yep. And then, of course, you get it lodged free just in time for us to jump into the hole.
Jump into the hole, and this wave, which seemed to be miles away a moment ago, kind of washes over the space where you were, and we'll take a commercial break there.
Very good.
So it's 30 minutes past. Back in our seats at 20 past the hour.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
And so as we come back from that commercial break, there is that sense of first Lynn and then Duke and Eugene sliding down this chute, which starts off as that odd material, that organic material, but when when Lynn emerges first, the walls of this tube have transformed to a kind of dark, reflective, smooth material, and a distinct sense of heat coming up towards you. And then we find all three of you in a bit of a heap at the bottom of this tube, standing, getting to your feet in a tunnel about 10 feet across, 10 feet high, approximately circular. The walls give off a dull red glow, and it's hot here, but it's also humid because running away from you appears to be in the middle of the ground is a slot in the ground, a shallow slot in the ground, where water is collecting. So it looks like water is evaporating, condensing on the ceiling, on the upper layers, which are not quite as hot perhaps, and then running back down to be collected and to be cycled. So it's humid, it's hot, and I think we probably see you stripping off the cold weather gear, and adjusting, in the case of Lynn's spacer suit, in adjusting the temperature control to deal with extreme heat.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do and who does it? Duke.
Well,
Duke, I'm going to come to Duke first because I
Yeah.
want to put Duke on the spot for a moment.
Sure.
So what are you going to do, Duke? I mean, this is, you're tucking away the
Mhm.
ski suit in the back and stripping down to, khaki safari pants.
Cursing
and,
under my breath.
what are you going to? Are you going to take the lead and walk down this tunnel?
Yeah, sure. Is there just this one tunnel that one direction, or is there
So
any?
far, yeah, there's no choices so far. You
Yeah.
might find some choices, I don't know. So, what approach are you taking as you explore the fourth zone?
The trusting one is always taking my motion detector and walking forward.
So that sounds like careful.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Then, or is this? And when I say avoid notice, I don't just mean avoid notice of the RGA Survey Ship Minerva. I mean notice of the artifact.
Hmm.
Just so we're clear when I mean, avoid notice.
Yeah.
So this seems to me to be either avoiding notice shady or taking care and checking your six, which is sharp. What approach? Which one do you want to go with, Duke?
Mm, since I don't have any strong preference, let's go with what I haven't done yet. I've done both. Shady and Force are unclicked. Um,
Well, shady then.
shady, trying to avoid notice. Yeah, let's do that then.
Okay.
Mhm,
So let's have you roll with shady.
mhm,
As you move off and you say, "I'll just have a look down the corridor." Yeah.
mhm.
So if something happens, you will not. There will be no one close enough to aid a crew member. Just so you know.
That's okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So go ahead. 2 dice plus
Yep,
shady.
nothing bad will happen.
Never say that. Never say
See?
But Duke is kind of cursed with excellent luck in a way
Well,
that
what do you
Eugene
know?
can only dream of. That is an
Yeah.
11 plus shady, which is
An 11.
Nice
so.
work.
On 7 plus, pick one.
Okay, let
Um,
me just see what I can pick.
I'm going to stop offering you mundane salvage. Now I'm going to offer you an insight, something of narrative, something or someone of narrative interest, um, or a route to the next zone.
Um, do I want to deal with that sweaty tunnel much longer? Um, yeah, let's go with something of narrative interest.
Yes. So the tunnel curves gently. So from Lynn and Eugene's perspective, Duke kind of disappears round a very kind of slow corner
Hmm.
before they follow up. And there on the ground is a discarded water canteen.
Oh, interesting.
What do
So
you
we're
do?
not the first people here. Interesting.
What do you do?
I follow the trail of the canteen.
Well, so move on. Ignore it
Hmm.
and move on. Or pick it up, collect it, pass it back. I'm just curious.
I think on a 10 plus, I can have another pick, right?
You can or take or gain advantage for what you do next.
Then I will go with if that's okay with you, Alan, that I take the canteen and I like turn it over and there's some like thick viscous liquid like blopping out, and then my eyes follow that that I see that there is a trail that is
Ah,
improperly still visible, and I follow that to the next zone.
Oh, wow.
okay,
I
okay.
will be
Wow.
damned. Come on, boys and girls.
Very nice. Nice.
Zone 5. Let me have roll a couple of dice for this.
Now, if I could say that, I think Eugene is bringing up the rear because coming down that chute, or
Hmm.
that, like Eugene waited to the last minute because he didn't want to go down the chute, but he doesn't want to get hit by the wave, so he's screaming the entire way down, and 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 he lands in a pile, and he's like trying to get all his hot, the hot. He's like layered up, with the so he's taking forever to kind of getting off. So,
Do I need to cut you out of that?
I know I got it. I got it. Don't worry. Um,
Um, so Lynn and Eugene, you follow Duke around the corner. You see him saying there's a trail this way. And the trail leads you into the next zone, which is slightly odd because it appears to be a set of almost stepping stones set across a volume, um, floating.
Such an odd piece of rock.
It's a very
on the
odd
way,
thing.
could would Eugene have time just to get a little scoop of the water just to get a
Of the
sample
gloop,
of it?
or the
Oh, the
water
gloop?
or the
Oh,
water that was collecting here.
both. Let's take
Okay, yeah,
samples,
yeah. Take samples. No, that's fine. I'm going to assume you've got a couple of sample bottles in the in your engineering kit.
Oh,
Um,
sure.
um,
Sure.
Duke, do you want to take the first step here?
Yeah, well, what is on the other side of these stepping stones?
Well, they seem to run off into the darkness, to be honest.
Oh.
So you can see the first half dozen. So you'd have a choice, do you want to go head that way, or head right, or left?
Um, it doesn't really make a difference in the end. We have to navigate the stepping stones anyway, so I will just say, just follow me, kids, and go and just jump on the next best step with my just do it move.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So that's roll with finesse, isn't it?
Yep.
You just do it. You don't need to use the just do it one, because you're going to roll with finesse anyway, and I'm going to tell you what the explore move does to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's have you roll with finesse.
Mm-hmm.
And see what happens when you explore these first couple of steps.
Although I was more angling for sincere, of course, just going to just follow me, trust me, and just trust that I step on the exactly right steps.
Okay, no, I'll go with that. That's fair. That's fair.
In
Go
overcoming
ahead.
that physical obstacle, challenge, or
Fine.
risk.
As a downside, I'll probably use the explore downsides.
That's fair.
Yeah. So go ahead. Roll plus sincere.
I don't know what it means, but it's fair.
roll with sincere. Oh wow.
Ah, fuck! I should have asked first who follows.
Well, I'm just going to assume that you could, on this basis, you didn't convince them. Because I think that's a 6, isn't it?
That is a 6 indeed.
It is. So, on a 6-, you and anyone following your lead fail are disadvantaged, and the GM may describe an additional cost of your failure. Well, look, I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the explore here. Because I think what happens is that you jump to the first one, you land perfectly, and then it turns 90 degrees.
Oh.
But you don't fall off.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of them are standing there looking at you, because on that stepping stone, it looks like gravity is behaving differently.
Uh-huh. And I'll gingerly go to the edge of it and hoping that it turns me right way around again.
You've got an option here.
Just trust.
I do.
Yeah. Do trust. Like I said.
So yeah, this is strange, because now in order to reach the one that is now above you,
mm-hmm.
you have to jump upwards.
Oh, leap of faith, you say.
And grab hold of it.
Yeah.
So is he oriented upside down compared to us?
He is
sideways?
90 degrees to you. So
okay.
You're here, and he's kind of.
Yes. Okay.
That's and now I think he was aiming to go from this one to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess now that one is at 90 degrees to him. So the best bet he's got is to jump upwards to the one that's over there.
Yeah.
And
that's what I'll do.
Okay, let's have you roll plus finesse to make the jump.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. And not to overplay my move, but can I take my friends with me?
Not on this occasion, not given the demonstration you've just given them.
Okay.
They are rooted to the spot.
Do you have a move that says you take your friends with you?
Yeah, it's my just do it move.
Okay.
And I was trying to play, but then I failed.
Got it.
So finesse to make the jump.
Yeah, and nobody helped me.
It's going to be tricky. Look at that, though, 11. And what's your finesse?
My finesse is 0, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it's only going to be -1, so it's still 10 plus. Remarkable. remarkable
Mhm.
save.
Mhm. I told you to follow me.
You jumped up to this one and kind of clamber up onto it. And when you're halfway onto it, you find that actually gravity reverts to the right way up.
Mhm.
So this is very strange, folks. But at least now Lynn and Eugene know what's going to happen because the one that he jumped on first flips back.
Mhm.
So now at least you're prepared for what's going to happen.
I showed you the way. You just have to follow.
And Eugene's like, Lynn, look, he did it. He used the he had the faith in the light.
Yeah,
Did you see it?
whatever. Let's just fuck it.
Now, I will point out that your survival equipment includes rope. I just wanted to make that point.
Mhm.
So now Duke was intended to go on, I think,
Mhm.
but he ended up going on and then
Sideways.
sideways. So Lynn, do you want to go next, or do you want to defer that to Eugene?
No, I'm not gonna just stand here and fume. I'm gonna go.
You want my rope?
Okay.
Go ahead, Lynn. You could do it. Use the light.
I'm not gonna
just like...
fucking believe.
So
But you see what happens when you believe. You saw it for yourself. It just works.
I think that there's lots of ways you could come at this, Lynn. You could come at this just by, kind of just
Yeah, I'm
force.
going at it full tilt and angry.
Okay, so this roll plus force.
I'll show you fucking effort.
9.
Yeah.
Have you got 1 or 2 force?
2.
So that's a 10 plus, 7 plus. Pick one. An insight, someone or something of narrative interest, or a route to the next zone.
I'll have a route.
I have to say, I've played this a number of different times with a set of random zones, and invariably, the amount of time people spend in any one zone generally tends downwards. But this is just too freaky. So zone 6. What does
Lynn is still committed to getting the fuck out of here.
Yes. One way or another. I'm curious, Lynn, do you want to tell me what the exit looks like? Because it seems like you're just stood on this paving slab, for want of a better word, floating in the void. You can see some others ahead of you, but you've managed to find a way out of here. What is it? What do you have to do to exit this? Because I've got something in my mind, but...
You mentioned we're in the void?
Well, in the sense that it's a very dark space in which you can see the first half dozen of these floating stepping stones.
I think there's suddenly a wind coming from one side as I jump to like a couple different platforms than Duke did, and eventually I find my way to what is apparently an air intake of some kind.
Fair enough. So I think we see Lynn jump to 1, 2, 3, and then disappears into the dark and says, "I found a way out." And I'm assuming that Duke and Eugene follow, but I shouldn't assume that, should I?
No, I do.
You do? Okay. Duke recovers his equanimity and follows the route that Lynn has laid out. What about you, Eugene?
Matt does not where the path is coming from.
Eugene is standing there in his usual wear because he took all he's got his shorts. He's got shorts and kind of like
the Hawaiian shirt again.
A Hawaiian shirt that was appropriate for the hot temperatures back in last room, but he still has his beanie with the flaps on, when on his head because this is his favorite one. He doesn't
this enormous laser drill.
And wait up, guys! Don't wait for me. Now, did you guys take a rope with you, or no? Is there a rope?
Yeah, there's
connected?
rope in the survival kit. Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
survival gear.
Did you guys do anything with the rope or not?
No, I think Lynn just got really
Okay.
kind of angry and just ran at these stepping stones. Boom,
Is
boom, boom. I'm here.
I'm just obstacle coursing it.
is there anything to like attach tie a rope to that's on the surface at
I
the
don't know. Let's have you look around.
Okay.
Roll plus sharp. Can you find something that looks even vaguely secure?
Okay.
Hey,
And that's +2. So
exactly. Well, Eugene rolled above a 6. I think this is Eugene is on a roll now. So yeah, you find you think you wedge the rope in.
mhm.
This surface has got plates in it. You lever a bit
Mhm.
up with an engineering kit and wedge the rope in there,
Mhm.
and then tie it around your waist
Yep.
and
Yep.
launch yourself into space.
Yeah. Because if he misses, he's not about to like fall into the void as they disappear into the darkness.
Well,
Yeah.
that was a 7. That was 7 to 9. So
Mhm.
you do it. I'm not going to make you roll with finesse.
Oh, okay.
You
Great.
got a rope.
Oh,
You're fine.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just bounce, bounce, bounce.
Okay. All right.
And then there's Lynn, probably. I'm not sure Duke would lower themselves to just standing at the air intake waiting to catch you.
Oh,
But my
totally.
guess is that Lynn might. And so you come to the last one, and you kind of launch yourself through this air intake where this breeze is coming from. Launch yourself through it, and the rope is just slightly too short. So you have to cut the rope in order to get through. So you no longer have any rope, Eugene. You have to leave it behind because the whole
Sure.
point was you're going to give it a sharp pull and it would come free. You'd be able to reuse it. Your rope's gone.
Rope's gone.
Mm.
That's all
But
right.
you're fine.
That's all right.
Lynn grabs you and pulls you through.
Yeah. I think he was like actually having fun as he was going. He's like, "Oh, this is going
This is
pretty good."
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and then the rope. Oh no.
Yeah, I was never any good at sport. Look at me go. Uh,
That's exactly
what does that
right.
tell me? Oh, I don't want 1-1. I want to reroll because I've rolled a 1-1. Let me roll a different number. Oh, yes. Um, this appears to be I want to call it a mine shaft of some description. It looks like it has been tunneled here.
Hmm.
You're back into what might be the asteroidal rock that surfaces this thing. Or you maybe not. Maybe somewhere entirely different. It's talk about disorientation. But what you noticed, Lynn, when you kind of pulled the grill off that air intake is that there were little strands of what fungus, algae, don't know, but whatever was blowing the current through, they were acting as little streamers, and there is signs of biological life here. Just thought you'd like to know.
More of this shit.
Lynn, it's been a while since I asked you first your approach here.
Does anyone know where we are?
Your
I
guess
wouldn't
is
bet
as
on
good
that.
as mine. Lynn.
I won't make you roll for this, but I think together you had a pretty good idea of where you were relative to your entry point until you entered that vast biological sphere. And the swift escape from that and the slight chaos of the slide down means that any sense of orientation you had, and that space it simply can't fit in to the toroid that you landed the ship on. So from that point on, it's pretty disorientating, I think. On the upside, you're back into what looks like a tunnel cut through asteroidal rock.
Oh, good.
Eugene's materials glasses will give him that readout. This appears to be at least a similar material to the material that you found on landing.
In that case, I'm gonna start looking for like other natural like tunnels or caves or anything cut into the rock. Like taking this as a hypothesis that that's closer to the outside, and maybe we can follow that to
Yeah.
possibly get back to the ship.
Okay, so never leave the tunnels becomes the rule of thumb here. Stay in the asteroidal tunnels. Okay, I mean, that sounds to me like a very carefully controlled approach, roll plus sharp, but I don't want to push you too far in a direction you might not want to go.
That seems like it.
Okay, roll plus sharp.
Fuck all.
6 or less. Things don't go well. You suffer emotional stress. Oh, yes. Yes. What do we have an entanglement for you? Guilt about what you did. I think it's down. I left. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so you were trying to do some community work or some labor organizing, and you bottled out. You cut and run, leaving your family to carry the bag.
I don't
Yeah.
suppose Eugene could try to help. Is it too?
Eugene could help. Yeah. How
So
do you help?
So Lynn was just looking
Really carefully, going slowly down these corridors, noticing, exploring that side tunnel, exploring that side tunnel, making a decision about which one looks like it's the main tunnel. How do you want to help, Eugene?
Well, I think Eugene still has his goggles, so and he might have seen something,
Okay.
a good way or a bad way.
Yeah, maybe he's found some seam of material in the walls.
Lynn, don't go that way, go this way. And whether he says it in time or not we'll find out, I guess.
We will. So I think that sounds like sharp to me, or the swiftness of finesse.
I think Swift. He's trying to hurry to.
Okay, roll plus finesse then.
Whoops! I rolled
roll
one.
another dice.
Hope it's better than that one. And it's not.
Roll a 2. Ask for a better one. What do you get? A 1. So
wait, I got +1 though. Not that matters. Sorry.
You both suffer any cost attached to the original action.
What are you doing?
So Eugene, you're going down this side tunnel where Lynn has gone with the intention of saying, no, I think I found a seam of material over here. And you come upon Lynn standing there are parts of bodies distributed around this tunnel. Torn limb from limb.
Oh boy.
Both of you take 1 stress.
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh
boy.
What happens if you reach 3 stress?
The next one will turn into a wound.
Lovely.
If you have a stim pack or some medical kit, then you could address the stress situation. Did anyone bring any first aid?
I did, but I'll only break that out once the first one of us is at 3 stress because it clears the entire track.
It does. So, everyone's at 2 stress. Wow. So, wow. Okay. So, but that's not going to happen to Duke because he hears you shout. He's prepared for something terrible when he comes around the corner and he sees it. But yeah, there's a whole group of people here, torn limb from limb, and some time ago, the limbs are brittle and dry and desiccated.
That is heinous.
And they're human.
Yeah, certainly those heads, however shrunken the skin and empty the eye sockets, they are human.
Do they all wear like matching uniforms or anything?
That's an interesting question. Would you like them to be identifiable?
I would like to know if they are just like random space debris, or if something catastrophic happened here once.
No, that's fine. No, I will go with that. They are wearing Ringgate Authority uniforms.
Of different eras, or
when you examine them, they each have a little name tag and a shoulder flash labeled RGA Survey Ship Minerva.
Oh.
Does that mean something to you?
Well, kids, we found the Minerva, or at least the people.
They're the ones that disappeared. Is that right?
Oh, they were the
ones that radioed you.
People we chatted with earlier that hailed us when we landed.
This is the RGA service Minerva. We are establishing salvage lights. We saw it first. Please move off.
All right. Because of how fucked this place apparently is, that could have been a recording. We don't know.
Or some time anomaly.
Or they came in after us in another way.
And left before us, in a way.
But it's been a long time. They've been dead here a long time.
I'm just trying to remember. Back when you did some prep on this, when you were still back on the, before you set off on this job, you did a bit of digging in advance, didn't you? To narrow down the search area. Because the job, as you remember, was to come out here and find out why the RGA was devoting a significant amount of resource to this volume of the system. And I'm just wondering,
were they looking for the Minerva?
Were they looking for the Minerva, or was the Minerva on the list of ships doing the looking? So can
we decide that?
Well, I think I'm prepared to have you roll to investigate. Who's the person most likely succeed to roll plus sharp?
That would be Eugene.
Because I think Eugene probably did the hacking that got that information.
Initially.
Yeah? So there's all kinds of logic for Eugene to roll plus sharp to investigate, i.e. remember some detail.
Okay.
Get in.
And that's +2.
That is a 10.
Nice.
Eugene is back in the building.
Good work, my boy.
When he doesn't have to think about where they're at.
You look like
better off.
Yeah. Just focus on this problem.
Go into my mind.
Eugene, you look like you have a mighty fine idea brewing. Mind to tap us in?
It's not a mine palace. It's more like a mine cottage. And he's in there and he's looking back to trying to remember. So yes.
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want them to have been looking for the Minerva, or for the Minerva to be one of the ships surveying the area? What would you prefer?
That the Minerva was either out there first and they were going after them, or it was one of them. I think that the Minerva was one of the initial ones that was followed by the others.
Okay, so it was one of the first wave of ships that came out here, the first individual ship. I think the freaky thing about this is that was less than 3 months ago. Those bodies look much older than that.
Did not age well.
They were out here 3 months ago, guys, and I think these bodies look like they've been here more than that.
Well, it's the darkest times that need faith the most.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
This is pretty dark. It's pretty dark right now.
It is pretty dark, I'll give you that.
I think that shut the fuck up, Duke, is probably cut to commercial. It is 4 minutes to the hour.
Okay.
If we just stretch our legs for 4 minutes, back on the hour, or do you want a bit longer than that?
That's fine by me.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay, back on the hour. See you in a minute.
See ya.
So back from our final commercial break, and I think we see you standing over these torn apart bodies of the crew of the Minerva. Now, Duke, you got close enough to identify the pad on their the sigil on their shoulders on their uniforms to identify them as the crew of the Minerva. But all their gear is here as well. So if any of you wanted to swap out a piece of your gear for some gear that's on your list that they might conceivably have, I would be happy to go with that.
I do need those fake credentials.
You're stealing credentials?
Sorry, I mean swap out gear you have with you for something else. So the stuff that, so survival gear, in Duke's case, stim pack and motion tracker. If you wanted to swap those out for something, I'd be very happy for you to do that, as long as it's in your list. Because their gear is all there. Lynn, are you content with what you've got?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming we can't carry more, it's just about swapping out.
Exactly, it's about swapping around. Eugene, anything you want to dump in favor of? I mean, if I'm honest, I'm wondering whether you want to dump some of the stuff that you've marked with a red
Well,
box.
yeah, my goggles are shot at this point. I could, well, actually, I ended up taking the engineering kit instead of the drill. But the engineering kit does not seem to be very handy. Well,
you've not faced many engineering challenges.
No, not so much. And this just goes crazy. So I think that now I could pick up a drone again, guys, or I could do the laser drill. Any votes on which one to do? I could swap out the engineering kit. Well, I'll swap out the goggles because the goggles are, used up.
They've done their job, haven't they?
They've done their job.
I mean, you could swap them for goggles that are not in need of a fix.
Well, I like
see what I mean?
Let's do that. Let's do that. So, but then I think swapping the engineering kit either for a laser drill or a drone. What do you guys got any thoughts on the matter? I'm tempted to do the laser drill.
Throughout this, in my mind's eye, the's been a laser drill because it.
I also. That's why I wanted you to take the sample because I thought you had a laser drill.
I was thinking like just somewhere in his engineering kit he had some something he could scrape with no, we're gonna.
So you salvage a laser drill, and drop off your engineering kit.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to put that, you can restore that engineering kit when you're back in civilization.
Okay.
So, but when you're going through that, looking through the gear to see whether there's anything you want to swap in or out, Eugene, you find in one of their uniforms a kind of comms device that appears. Go on. No,
do they have unused stim packs?
If you wanted to find a stim pack, you'd be very happy to swap something out for a stim pack.
Then if that's okay with you, I think that Duke will take a breather out of his pocket after seeing all these corpses and go like, that is stressful. And that's using up my stim pack, and then look, there's another stim pack.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine. So clear your stress.
Yeah.
And you still have a stim pack that's unused.
Nice.
But I think Eugene finds this recorder device, recorder and you kind of click play, and it
What is this,
says,
Bioshock?
Well, can I say, like, I think he was like, he's this is terrifying, but he thought he should collect the name badges,
"Oh
Oh, that's
yes,
good.
just so they know,
yes,
back home
Yes,
who might have
that is
died.
beautiful.
So
yes."
as he's collecting the name badges, he sees this comms device.
Right. And this is on the body of Specialist Hoda. And when you kind of click back to the start and click play, we hear Specialist Hoda describing landing in a crevice. Sounds not unlike where you landed. But this is a very big area of ship, and finding some tunnels that looked like mining tunnels, which appears to be the tunnels you're currently in. Um, uh, it describes that area of hot and humid conditions where you found the discarded canteen. They got that far and decided that they needed to report back, so they turned around and retreated this way. But then he says, or she says, um, we found some marks in the wall that and the floor. They look like they're scratches, but Jenkins thinks they could be tracks of some description. If that was true, whatever made them is quite big. And then there's a pause, and we think we're close to our entry point. It's got a little confusing in here, but I think we're going to, and then pauses, and there are gunshots in the background. And she's what no longer recording, but finger still on the button. What is it? What have you? And then a scream, and then somebody in the background saying, "Run, run!"
Oh.
And then nothing. Obviously, finger off the record button, and events unfolded.
And so if they were going back the way they came, these apparently they didn't see these scratches or tracks previously,
I think
they were.
They found that the sense you get is that the tunnels are confusing. They've gone up. They've spent some time in here. Clearly enough time to have used up most of their water, because that there wasn't much left in that canteen. And in fact, it looked like it had been in there for a long time, because it was it wasn't drinkable anymore.
Was there any time stamp on the recording, or
Oh,
does it
that's
have that?
interesting. Yeah, I won't make you roll for it because I think it's fairly obvious that there should be, shouldn't there? This is about a month after they started their survey sweep, and 2 months since they went missing. Yeah.
Okay.
So
What's your?
time fuckery is confirmed then.
It does look like time has gone strangely for them, at least. But Lynn, there is a kind of tactical decision to be made here now, I think. It does look like they encountered someone.
Something big.
Something nasty.
What's your tactical advice as you continue your exploration?
What do we do, Lynn?
Well, my usual tactic would have been to cut and run, but we don't even really know where we are. So I think we just hurry outward.
Hurry outward. Fine.
Important comma.
Yeah.
Eugene's looking around nervously, like,
Which way is out? Okay. Shall I put Lynn on point now?
Sure.
Yeah. Careful, sneaky, swift.
sneaky at this point, I think, actually.
Okay, so Lynn waves the two of you back and says, "I'm just gonna, check out this tunnel," and rolls plus shady.
Mine is shady. But I'm good.
Oh,
Good.
8 to 7. Right. So on a 7 plus,
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah.
an insight, someone or something of narrative interest. Conceivably, we've had enough narrative interest in this zone, but I don't know. Or find a route to the next zone.
I'll have a zone.
Probably a good choice.
Seeing that it's quarter past.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So the next zone is very strange. Now, what I can tell you is that you have successfully reached the core of the artifact.
Mm.
So if you check out the Explore tab, the Encounter tab, you'll find a little, all the way over in column Z, the core of an ancient artifact. Only when the crew has worked their way through all the strangeness of every zone of the artifact will they reach its core. Artifacts are far too far outside human experience for the crew's talent or expertise to make any difference, so no basic career or improvement move influences their effort. When one of the crew tries to breach the core of the artifact, you choose how to do it. What I want each of you to do is to tell me something about what you find at the end of this tunnel. Let's start with Eugene. Eugene, what are the lighting conditions that define this as an important thing, object, area?
Well, first off, I guess I didn't see which column had the
Oh, sorry. Okay.
information.
So if you have a look at the Encounters tab,
Okay.
and scroll across to column Z, you'll find the core of an ancient artifact. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just want you lot to
Yeah.
paint the scene for me a little bit.
Yeah.
So what's the lighting like here?
I feel like the non-visible parts of the spectrum
Ooh.
are lighting up big, and there's a dimness across the visible part of the spectrum, but it looks like it might be it's rising across the board as we start
As you approach it.
moving forward. Yeah.
Okay. So dim in the visible spectrum, but your goggles are showing up, spikes across the range of electromagnetic spectrum. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Energy spikes. Okay. Duke. What are there any sounds? Is it disconcertingly quiet? Is there a noise or sound or vibration or feeling attached to this?
I think as Duke enters the room, at first you see him like swiveling his head as if he's hearing voices. And then he notices it's his own thoughts and deep and buried doubts that are so clear to him because it is so quiet.
Now, what is it that you doubt, Duke?
Well,
what will you struggle to admit to yourself that is being whispered?
If you ask me on a good day, I've never doubted anything in my entire life. But in this chamber, I doubt if the light exists, if I've been just taking people for what they're worth my entire life and exploiting their need to belong and to have sense in their life, if I'm just a two-bit huckster, I doubt if I'm a good person, really. If I'm worthy of being regarded as trustworthy in any way.
Wow. Lynn, what do you doubt?
Well, I've seen, I think what's mostly on her mind, rather than what she mostly doubts, is currently the entire faith thing. Like, she's seen it work, and she just can't wrap her head around it. Why does it work? Why is that stupid motherfucker still alive? How?
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
so good.
And
Yeah,
I think
so
that like flips around, that she's like, why can't I accept it? Should I?
wow. Doubts about your cynical lack of belief. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very good. I like that.
That's great.
Um, and Eugene, what about you? What are these whispers revealing to you? Because it sounds like they're revealing things
Yeah.
about feelings, thoughts, concerns, whatever.
Yeah, Duke's over here having an existential crisis, it seems. Um, gosh, it's I think that he got himself involved with uh folks that were kind of a bit unsavory, and he's been having regrets about that for a long time because he can't uh, he's been scared for a long time that he's being hunted. And he tries not to think about it, but I think that's really surfacing right now. Is worries that he's gonna, no matter what he does, they're gonna track him down. He's gonna get caught. They're gonna exact their revenge on his failure working for them.
Can I ask, has his interest in the light been has that been affected? Is that him trying to find something worth living for or worth hoping for if he believes his end is otherwise inevitable?
Well, it's interesting because the society came from was like this supposed utopia, but was it really? Was it more dystopia? So his faith in that was was shook. So this light was like, well, maybe this is the answer. Maybe this is what will help him into something better and help him escape this seemingly inevitable uh, uh, inevitable fate of being caught and terrible things beyond imagining happening to him as a result. So he hopes this light may be something, but he's been told all his life this he was living in utopia and that had all the answers, but that didn't seem to have the answers either. So yeah, multiple crisis of faith, maybe in a sense.
Okay. So I'm seeing all three of you um, around this large pillar, which is giving off a very dim light. But Eugene can confirm that it's that there's an enormous amount of energy of different kinds coming off this. Um, uh, who wants to make contact with it first? Or do you want to just walk away from it?
No. Can I propose? Can I propose something?
You could go ahead.
That I do go ahead. And my approach is none of the four that you listed here. It is that I drop down my defenses and my guards, and I'm just willing to give myself to this clearly divine presence that I'm in the room with and accept whatever it is giving to me, rolling with sincere.
Well, I'm wondering whether sincere is the right one for that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Resolve. Yeah, resolve. Yeah, go with it. Go with it. Yeah, yeah. Test your belief with this. Go for it.
And just like really be vulnerable about my belief.
Fine.
Okay, sorry. Struggling with a dice roller. God damn it.
So under sincere is this idea of how much resolve you.
Yes. Yeah. It's can you sell it to yourself and to others? And it looks like the light comes through for Duke again with a 10 on the dice.
Oh wow.
My goodness me.
Nice work.
So when one of the crew tries to, inverted commas, breach the artifact, and we've got
it.
That's yeah, exactly. And,
not even that. I just hold out my hand.
Okay, and roll plus sincere. On a 7+, if they can successfully deal with its threat response, they will gain an insight into the artifact's apparent purpose. So it seems only fair, Duke, because you took the risk of reaching out to it. Roll me a d6 for the nature of its threat response.
Of course. The 4.
4. The environment becomes stressful. Does it become stressful because of an intensity of those thoughts? So everyone marks stress. That self-doubt, that doubt about the light, that should I believe myself or believe Duke? You know, could the light fill the hole in this slough of despond that Eugene is staring into? All of that gives you one emotional stress. On a 7 to 9, there is no cost to that success. Everybody takes the stress, and then I roll a couple of dice and try to interpret what they tell me.
I see that Eugene is having a rough time, and I go over, put my hands around your shoulder, and say, "Boy, that has helped me my entire life." And I give you my rebreather. I don't know if I'll need it where I'm going.
Ooh.
And Duke, you are bombarded with flashes of places, people, things, all manner of stuff, different perspectives. You don't know if you're seeing other places, other times, or other thoughts. But you know, it is kind of, oh my God. What do you do with this, Duke, when this happens? What do we see on screen?
On screen, we see Duke holding out his hand, and maybe a little arc light from between the pillar and his palm of the hand. And he stands, and he has tears in his eyes, and he's weeping silently.
What do you do, Lynn, when you see this fucking asshole doing this?
I think she's kind of just caught up in her head, just watching this raptly. But I think unconsciously she just reaches out a hand to like reach out in front of Eugene, kind of the same way you do when you like crash a car and you're like reaching out to like stop someone from flying forward.
Yeah.
She's kind of doing that unconsciously and just watching.
Step away from the pillar, Eugene. Eugene, what do you do?
Oh boy.
When Duke did that, he handed you a stim pack.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rebreather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like both of them have taken steps to
To protect you.
protect him.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you want to make use of that stim pack and clear your stress track or not?
I think I think maybe he's in the midst of like taking off his own, and but he hasn't quite made it, but then not quite yet. Like he's about to, but
Okay.
he's
Okay.
mesmerized. And then Lynn puts out the hand and he realizes like, okay, he's not going to move. So
Fine.
you just stick
Fine.
where he is because the other two have seemed to indicate like, watch yourself. So,
Yeah, I love the way that we've got a kind of Lynn doing the physical kind of just don't step any closer, and Duke saying, this will help with the strain. Um,
We're
um,
not ready for the religious rapture, boy.
well, what then begins to happen is that the visions that Duke is having begin to appear in the space around the pillar, flashing in the pillar, being projected out of the pillar. So you too are beginning to see these, presumably what he's seeing. Different places, different times, don't know. Um, is this thoughts? A couple of times there flash up memories that you have not shared with Duke. Maybe well, you tell me, Lynn, what memory flashes up that you have tried to bury?
Uh, her, she's at this uh, protest that they were staging. Basically, almost 1 million people sit in on a space station they were occupying, and there's a TV in like a half-abandoned cafe in the corner near the ceiling, and it's playing this news loop over and over. And she sees her home, her ship being impounded.
Yeah, yeah.
And she has a remote and she's recorded this particular part and she's replaying it over and over again. Nothing else to do but just watch that over and over.
Wow. Um, Eugene, what do you see a group of the syndicate who are after you? What do you see them doing that worries you? Or where do you see them that worries you?
I think from his own perspective, it's the moment where he made a mistake in this hacking infiltration, and as a result, some of these members of the syndicate were injured and killed, and like he saw it happen, right? But what he didn't see was the reaction of the higher ups in the syndicate to this happening. And he's seeing this for the first time, and it is um, confirming his worst fears of how um, they saw that he
It's
was.
him.
It was yeah. He
I
screwed up.
want you to get that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care what it costs. I want his head on a spike.
Yeah.
Um, and then the pillar glows, and it all kind of blink away. Um,
I don't.
you want to keep your eyes open?
I stare into the light.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I do have a quick question. The rebreather stim pack, now that takes all your stress,
Clears the
clears your
stress track.
stress. So now when you take a wound from a fourth stress, does then your stress still remain? And then
No. So
how's that work?
if you'd marked a wound, strained elbow, whatever, The stim pack will take your stress away, so you start filling the stress track again before a second wound.
Okay, so once another stress happens, you get a wound, but the
That wound
stress is
stays there, and
and the stress stays there.
the stress stays there until you put a stim pack or something else in there, and then you've got
Okay.
3 in reserve again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, okay. So I think he's still frozen in wonder and fear, and yeah, he hasn't quite put that stim pack on his face, which is what he should do right away.
You should.
Right now, right
But-
here,
You
but-
right
weren't so
now.
preoccupied, I would yell
but-
at you.
But he's just yeah. So
The light, Lynn, it's going to hurt you if you stare at it.
Yeah, I'm like flipping down various filters
Fil-
from the
Yeah.
the suit until it no longer works,
Yeah,
and I
so
just
it's kind of just a reflective surface. Yeah. What about you, Eugene? Are you looking at it, knowing that this is, you can feel the effect it's having on your migraine, let alone your retinas? What do you do?
well, and also he's been looking at the full spectrum too, so it's not
He has,
just
that's true.
yeah. So it's just like
He probably got a warning of
little lights blinking on,
little red light, beep, 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 filter 1, beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
filter 2, beep, beep,
And-
beep, beep, filter
yeah.
3.
Because he's seeing something that's terrifying. I think he's I think he's going to actually rip the goggles off, because it's like that's the cause, but it's not, right? But he's also going to close his eyes at the same
Okay, so he
time.
rips them off and then goes, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, and turn away. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I'm not going to ask Duke yet, but Eugene, you're shivering. You seem to be freezing. Would you mark stress, please?
Add stress for the
Mark stress. Yeah.
mark stress. Okay,
Mark
so
stress.
that would give me a wound then.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you really should have taken it, shouldn't you?
Yes. Yes.
Lynn, you are conscious that your suit is responding to a significant drop in temperature. And so you don't start shivering, you don't take the stress because your suit is, it's better than Eugene's Hawaiian shirt. So you're blinking, and you can see Eugene on the ground, covered in frost, and you're in the shadow of the ship. Now, my question to Duke is, does Lynn see Duke there or not?
I'm not entirely sure how they got there, but I can tell you where Duke is. Duke is still standing in front of the pillar. His eyes melted, and
Yeah, well, I will ask you in our post credits whether we see
Yes.
Duke anywhere. So Lynn, Eugene is there in his Hawaiian shirt and shorts, frosting over in this crevasse in which you landed the ship. And I think, unless you tell me different, we probably see you carrying him back onto the ship.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you do with the fact that you can't see Duke?
I can see many reasons for why he wouldn't have come with us. I don't have any explanation for what actually happened. I'm not gonna think about that part. I'm not gonna think about it. Just like religion. Fuck that shit. It only gets you to walk into pillars. I'll push that down for another 10 years. We'll find out later.
And that I think, in terms of our narrative, that's it. But I do want to have an epilogue. I want to have some sense of Lynn and Eugene, and I'm going to come to Duke last, of of where do we see you next, in a way that maybe opens the way for this to be picked up and turned into a series. If somebody wants to describe a scene immediately in the aftermath of this, they get to go first, but it could be a day from now, a week from now, a year from now. Do either of you want to have an epilogue or describe a scene or a circumstance in the immediate aftermath of these events? Maybe still on the ship.
Yeah, no, if I could have an immediate aftermath, if that's okay.
Go.
So I think he's so cold, and again, he wants to get the mask on, but he's so cold, it's like he can't even, like, his muscles are twitching and he can't quite get it on. So um unless unless Lynn's able to put it on his face, I think he's going to stay that way until getting back to where it's not so freezing.
Yeah.
But if at some point becomes more conscious, he's immediately gonna, where's Duke? Where's Duke? Where's Duke?
Just breathe. Try to keep yourself warm.
And this scene is probably in the little med bay you have, where there's a treatment chair where Eugene is plugged into some machinery, and
Yeah, I'm like hurriedly trying to heat up water to put in bags and like place it on him.
But we have to go back for it. We have to go back for Duke.
We have no idea where it is.
We have to go back for Duke.
And you know, as Lynn leaves the room to let the autodoc do its business, you know, there's still Eugene as he's slowly sedated. Duke, after you go back for Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that enough?
That's great. That's perfect.
Cut briefly to Lynn going up to the cockpit. She doesn't really know much about the finer elements of the scanning tech. She mostly just know how to fly the damn thing. But she's trying out the enhanced scan for once and trying to find any sign of Duke or whatever that thing is.
Okay.
It's got to show up somehow, right?
It does. And you know, it's an epilogue, so there's no dice here. And we see you tinkering with it, and you know, you're getting solid feedback off the walls of the crevasse where you landed. You get some vague sense of there was that tunnel you went down, but after that, nothing. What do you do?
We just fade out on that moment.
Fine. And finally, Duke, what do you want to describe in terms of Duke?
Duke steps 2 steps forward and puts his hand on the pillar. And for the first time ever, if we listen closely, we hear that the following words are not in his usual accent, as he says, "I found you, finally." And then he sits down on the little dais that the pillar is standing on, and he chuckles. And then he lies down on his side, and the chuckle becomes a full belly laughter, as if he just understood the great joke of the universe. And he turns around, lying on his back, his burned out eye sockets staring at the ceiling, his body relaxed, his left hand lying relaxed on his belly. And he laughs. And eventually the laughing subsides. And this is where the camera zooms out and we fade to black.
Great.
It's so good.
And that is our game.
Oh boy, wow.
Time for a quick stars and wishes, or roses and thorns, as the case may be, at the end of a series. Um, uh, Sinner, any roses, any thorns?
Uh, I want to thank Dominic for being a punching bag for Lynn.
Yeah, yeah,
That was great.
yeah.
Uh, mm,
I really loved your faith reversal at the end, like picking up my thing, reversing it. That was really beautiful.
Um,
That was really
any,
quick thinking too.
it was that was very cool. I like that because there was that argy bargy earlier on, that friction,
Mhm.
and then what is the light showing you about yourself? That realization that, well, maybe there might be something to this light business. No, that can't be true. Yeah, all great. Any thorns? Anything better if?
uh, I think directed at the game itself, uh, the explore move, I would have really wanted to like. I wanted two option more to pick two. Like I wanted to progress to the next zone like every time, but I also wanted the other cool stuff.
Decisions. Yeah. Well, you got some cool stuff, and if we were playing longer, you would be able to cash that in for wealth. We got 2 or 3 insights going here. It's all worth wealth. Whether you're in a position to actually fulfill the job that you set out on is a entirely different question, I think. Um, Dominic, any stars, any roses, any thorns?
Well, I already gave the rose to Sida for that turnaround. I just adore Eugene, and I really love this last moment where we both cared for him. That was so beautiful, and then that being kind of in a roundabout way picked up in your moment of doubt, where we saw that you had quite the shady past, and it's a bit unclear why you became such a beloved mascot of the team with that past, but that makes it all the better. Um, well, for you, Alan, what do I need to say other than well, great GMing? One thing that I was honestly wondering, and thank you for rolling with it, is that there was no sincere move on
Yeah,
the thing.
I know,
Uh,
I know, and
because
it's
it seems so obvious to me, like this option of bearing your soul and
yeah.
accepting what it gives you.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It's not there, and it's the soft skill, if you like. And so I
Mm,
couldn't quite imagine enough circumstances in which, say, exploring the hulk of a spaceship.
mm,
I struggled to see how sincere would work.
yeah.
It was as simple as that, really. It works in the kind of weirdness of the artifact,
Mm,
but it's less easy to see how it would work when you're facing physical challenges.
mm.
So yeah, it's a gap, but I did think long and hard about the gap, and I couldn't think how to fill it, is the
Mm.
honest truth. Um, Anything else?
No.
No. Uh, Nathan, any roses, any thorns?
Well, I guess stars and roses for the the lovely arc that you two set up. Because you had wanted that scene between the two of you, and then when it happened, it happened when it needed to happen, and it just organically came together, and then this dynamic, and then an arc for both of you to lead to the end. Um, for both characters was just, I mean, you could have you could have written it better. I mean, we did, but you know what I'm saying, you can't, I thought that was really great. So
Thank you.
Any better ifs?
um well, I do want to say, as far as a star rose for you, Alan, I didn't know what I was getting into completely with this game. And I love how this um just the mystery you set up as we got deeper into this thing, and just the creativity with that was just wild. And and the way, you know, you did rotate the spotlight, you gave us each moments, um, and and I do like how, you know, some hard decisions there, like, oh, do I choose the narrative? Do I, you know, what do we go to the next zone? Do we choose it? And each of those choices did pay off in one way or another in terms of something interesting happening.
I think I mean, it's a personal point, I suppose, but I think that when you make players face difficult decisions, you get good play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it stimulates people. So I'm glad you
And
noticed.
real and decisions that felt real, like they felt like they mattered.
Yeah,
It wasn't just like,
yeah,
oh, whatever, it's still going to happen, whatever, you know.
yeah. I
So
mean,
that and
can I just, while I remember, start a sinner for no, I think I want to find an exit. Sorry, Nathan, go ahead.
no, 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 no. Um, and yeah, and know that, and I love how too, like, oh, okay, this is just a dead object, you know. There's nothing bad here, and then all of a sudden, the moment with bodies is like, okay, out of nowhere, unexpected, and a lot of things coming out of nowhere, unexpected, which kept the momentum, it kept the interest, the excitement, like what's going to happen next, sort of thing, and it culminating in what it did was just right on point. So yeah, I guess uh, I would just say for wishes. Now, if I'm understanding correctly, when you were able to check off each of your stats,
Yeah.
having used them, what
And then you get an
the
XP
then it
and
gets to be
XP
okay.
accumulate to give you an improvement. In a two
Yeah.
shot, it was probably never going to happen.
Yeah, but I kept trying to push towards that, you know, and I know it's not always easy, but especially like in a two shot, but especially for every character, right? But having opportunities to do that is um like if we would have had longer, I mean, I was like, oh, Shady's coming up because this whatever's gonna get us, I'm gonna have to use the Shady now, which is 0. um, but having those opportunities was something I would wish for, because it's great when you use something you're not good at.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And I you know, I lifted the idea of ticker characteristic off an early draft of the most recent version of Apocalypse World, I think, where
okay,
Vincent has
okay,
suggested that, you know, because back in there have been numbers of iterations about how do you generate XP, do you need to
hmm
generate XP, and so on.
hmm
So I like this one
hmm
because it does force you to fall back on
hmm
the one that you put -1 in. So stars to me to all of you for really, you know, helping with the creativity. I thought that the stuff you were coming up with when I was asking quite difficult questions, I think, you know, about the characters, and that reflected, I thought, the fact that these characters felt real, and you had some history to them, and you created some history from them. So that was all great. Um, Thorns, I'd love to play with you all more. You know, so you know, we must check on alternatives going forward. But my final question is it okay if I post this recording?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Thank you very much. Then I will pause the recording.